Good afternoon, Saitlanders. How are you? I'm sorry I'm laughing, but I've been struggling so much this morning to get a few simple things done. I've tried to record this video once already, and dear me, I messed it up. So I can barely look at the camera for looking at the other screens and hoping that I'm doing this correctly. I'm sorry that Cornelia and I haven't been very visible in the past few weeks, but we've been extremely busy. We've been traveling and we've been under some pressure to produce some goods, but it's nice to be back. There is a wealth of material, a wealth of topics for us to cover over the next few days. I think we probably have about 30, 35, maybe 40 good topics on which we can produce videos. There's a lot going on in the country, a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of interesting reports. So, without further ado, I'm going to talk to you today. I'm going to read from this screen on my left-hand side. I think it comes up on your right-hand side of your screen, on a report in Business Tech from the 21st of January 2020. That's about 3 weeks ago. The most dangerous cities in South Africa to live in. And you'll see that I've got over my shoulder an image on the big screen of Colonel du Toit and one of his fantastic morning videos in which he talks about, all of these failed government schemes that are really just propaganda, because when most people read about them, they think, well, the government's doing a good thing. It's a chicken farm here and a beef farm there, and the restitution of historically stolen land and so on and so forth. But they're always a disaster, but the government's always coming up with something cleverer. In other words, they don't get the basics right, but they manage to beguile us, to con us with ever grander schemes for fixing the country. So let's talk about some of this basic stuff that they just can't get right. 21st of January 2020, the most dangerous cities in South Africa to live in, reported on Business Tech, which I think is one of the better media platforms in South Africa. A hang of a lot more objective and relevant than the Numbeo stables, for instance, which are just interested in Bonang's booty and stupid things like that. And of course, towing the politically correct party line of the new South Africa Rainbow Nation. So, Business Tech. South Africa has ranked as the third most dangerous country in the world, according to Numbeo's, that's Numbeo, Numbeo's 2020 crime index, with 4 local cities among the 10 most dangerous globally. The Numbeo crime index is a perceptions index based on survey responses, where users were asked to score the level of crime in their country and city from bad, -2, to good, +2, where 0 is the average. All right, we won't go too much into the technical detail. Let it suffice to say that they conducted a very broad survey of over 77,000 people, which is a large number for surveys. And here we see crime rates in South Africa. The level of crime in South Africa is perceived to be 84.9, 85 out of 100. In other words, very high. People worry about their home being broken into and things stolen at 83. So people worry very much. They worry at a level of 83 out of 100 across South Africa that their house is going to be burgled. I beg your pardon, sorry, I've got 2 lines mixed up there. The homes being broken into and things stolen, people worry about at a rate of 78.5, let's call it 79, rounded to 79, almost 80. Crime in people's perceptions, the 83 to which I referred, is people's perception that crime has increased in the past 3 years. And so it goes on and on and on and on and on, with examples of people's perceptions that things are very bad in the country and that it's very dangerous and that there are a lot of drugs and that women are attacked and people are being mugged and robbed as people observe the world around them. We'll go on to the global rankings of the various cities. Venezuela is rounded to 85, the crime index, and the safety index is the corollary of that, which is 15.51, so out of 100, right? 84.49 plus 15.51 makes 100. So the two are corollaries of each other. Papua New Guinea, 81.9, call it 82, and about 18. South Africa, 77.49, let's call it 77.5 versus 22.5 safety index. So the crime index is in people's minds 77.5, let's call it 78 for a nice convenient round number without cheating or meaning to cheat, versus 22. Okay, so we're going to be building, as Colonel Vainant Dutoy is describing over my shoulder here in this video, his 7 a.m. every morning video. If you don't watch them, have a look. They're fantastic. Brilliant. I would say that they're the best in South Africa. Colonel Dutoy is talking about how the government, the president is promising that there's going to be an industrial hub or an IT hub, ICT hub built in Lanseria. Everything is moving forward to the stars and beyond. But they can't get it right to ensure the basic safety of the citizenry of South Africa. Certainly not in the perceptions of those very citizens. I'll just quickly take you through the dangerous cities. So the survey, there were 6 cities in South Africa that were included, that met the level of requirements to be statistically relevant. And we begin with Pietermaritzburg, the capital city of KwaZulu-Natal, and also historically dubbed Sleepy Hollow, was found to be the most dangerous city in South Africa with the highest crime index and the lowest safety index. Johannesburg dropped from 2nd in 2019 to 4th. And it says here that despite Cape Town having the highest murder rate in the country as a result of high gang-related activity, it is still perceived to be the safest city on the list. Remember, we said that 6 South African cities made the list. So by no means is it perceived to be one of the safest cities in South Africa. It is perceived to be the safest of the 6 cities that met the statistical requirements. In other words, it is perceived to be effectively the 6th most dangerous city in South Africa. Very simple. Okie dokie. So, how do the cities qualify or score in the global rankings? Pietermaritzburg comes 3rd, the 3rd most dangerous city in the world, according to its very citizens. Pretoria, the 4th most dangerous city in the world. Durban, the 5th most dangerous city in the world. Johannesburg, the 6th. So we occupy positions 3, 4, 5, and 6. Port Elizabeth, the 11th, and Cape Town, the 17th. The 6th most dangerous in South Africa by the perception of its own residents, and the 17th most dangerous in the entire world when those people's, Cape Townians' perceptions are compared to the perceptions of people in Vancouver and Caracas in Venezuela and in Colombia and Peru and Japan, China, etc., etc., etc. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think you understand the point that we're making today. The reality is very different to the perception that the government endeavors to convey. We know that the police force is falling apart left, right and center. We read every week about police stations whose vehicles are not running and who don't have enough staff and that take 2 hours to respond to crises. Thank God, and I don't say that flippantly or lightly or frivolously, but thank God here in Van der Kloof we are blessed with a good police station and good policemen and women. But in the rest of South Africa it is a very sad state of affairs. The government doesn't want you to think about it. Cyril Ramaphosa would certainly rather not talk about that in his State of the Nation address. No, he would have you believe that there's a new chicken farm, a new game farm, a new lettuce farm, a new ICT hub, a new something coming along that's going to turn it all around. And you and I both know that it's not true. We know not by virtue of our common sense, intelligence or intellect, but by mere observation of what is going on. Therefore, we remind you all once again, plan for a worse future. Plan for a worse future. Do what you must do to secure your future. And we would say that that includes joining Suidlanders, becoming involved and active, and encouraging other people to join and become involved and active. Thank you very much for watching this video. We hope that you liked it. If you liked it, please give the thumbs up. It strengthens us. If you didn't like it, thumbs down is okay. Be honest. It's all right. And we'll speak to you again soon. Thank you very much. Cheerio, everybody, and bye-bye.